Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10. At their own 46. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. Now this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Colts at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close 1-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence and they feel like they can continue to get better.
Tries the right side, finding Woods here. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Ryan. Able to find his man, Woods. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run once more with Taylor. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A big play there for Philly. 73 yards on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Here's White. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His 2nd goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 74 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jack Stoll, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
The ball carried by the wide receiver. He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 4.
7-7, our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
Now a 2nd down and 6. White running to the left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
This is complete to Watkins on the slant. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
First and 10, Taylor now. And some room to work.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw it with Ryan.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. They'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. It's complete to Brown, right side. Touchdown! A.J. Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field, the extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And Woods has it complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the... And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Hurts throw complete there to Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 15. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks it right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. No whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Now Ryan. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Tackled by the safety, Bubba Bolden.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On third down, Ryan. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Fourth down. Here's Ryan. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10
at their own 46. Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
White, he'll try the left side. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They go play action with Hurts.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Ready? Hurt! Right there, hurt!
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Quez Watkins.
An 11-yard touchdown. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Again, it's Taylor.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
130 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Taylor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw a football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves them with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Let's go now.
Dobbins trying the left side.
And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
71 yards.
And the Eagles are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of there.
And my goodness, another interception.
It's Bubba Bolden who picks it. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game.
Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
The score, Eagles 38, Colts 14.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we...
And now here is another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I'm not...
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Here we go, here we go.
A handoff running left is Dobbins.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
They'll go again with Dobbins. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get that out to the flat to White.
A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 7-yard line.
Check, man. Check. Go.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Down by James Bradbury.
3rd and 2. Now Ryan.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season.